Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the shop. I just got this new tool. It's a Work Sharp 3000. When I say I just got it, my wife gave it to me for my birthday 9 months ago, and I just now opened it. Don't tell her. And I made a mistake. I took my favorite chisel that I use most often, the 1/2 inch, and I jacked it up. It is virtually unusable. I'll show you some detail close-ups.
Oh, no.
And I learned a major lesson in this tool sharpening system that I want to pass along to you. And so I'm going to show you what I did so that you can avoid the mistake that I made. I'm going to give you a little bit of info on this and what I like about it and some key things that are brilliant. But what's most exciting is I'm going to sharpen a brand new pack of chisels that I bought off of Amazon that are like the highest rated kind of beginner woodworking, garage-esque, noob, weekend warrior type wood chisels. I'm going to sharpen them to scary sharp. I'm going to show you how I do it in a very short amount of time. And if you watch the video closely, I will somewhere give a subtle clue on how you can enter to win these for free. So make sure that you watch and you listen and you pay attention, because there will be a subtle hint somewhere in this video that will give you instructions on how to enter to win these chisels. So let's get into it. All right, first let's talk about some key features of this tool, the Work Sharp 3000. It's about $200. You can get it on Amazon. I'll post a link down below if you want to check it out. A couple of things that I love about this, probably my favorite thing, is that it's a dry sharpening system. Now I have some other sharpening stones that require water or oil, and let's face it, that can be a mess. And I have never enjoyed sharpening my chisels because in the middle of a project, then I've got this other area over here where it's super messy and there's water and oil, and I love this because it's dry. It can like hang out on the bench. You don't need like a separate tub or anything, and it's pretty awesome. That's my favorite feature about it. Also, it's a low RPM disc, so it spins super slow, and that reduces the chances of heating up your chisel and ruining the temper. The other cool feature about this is it comes with these 2 glass tempered discs, and so it uses PSA adhesive sandpaper. So you basically have 4 grits to work through right here, which is awesome. It comes with really coarse 120, 400, 1000, 3600. And I have another disc with leather so I can really hone it in really nicely. But that's extra, about 20, 30 bucks. It also has this chisel port, so you can use this top to work on the back of your chisel, and then you can flip the disc over and go in on the chisel port and work on your bevel, and you work through the grits that way. Pretty cool. Also, it's pretty lightweight. It's small, but what's surprising about this, and I didn't believe this when I saw videos until I used it in person, is it like doesn't move when you're working on it. I thought because of how small it is, and I would see people using it and it's not bolted down, that when you're using a chisel port that it would move. It doesn't. It's pretty sturdy. And so all in all, I think this is an incredible option. Now, if you are into fine woodworking and you make your living, you're probably not buying chisels from the hardware store or off of Amazon, and you're probably not using a $200 sharpening system. You're in a whole nother league. I'm a weekend warrior. I'm in my garage. You know, leave your angry comments. But this I found is pretty good for a $200 system. Comes with everything you need. So I really like that. Cons? I actually haven't found any cons. There's nothing about this that I don't like. So there's, you know, I've been looking for something to hate about it, but I can't find one. All right, what tools are you gonna need to sharpen your chisels? Well, besides a sharpening system like this and a jacked up chisel like this, you'll need a couple things. Probably the most important thing is a Sharpie. This is key because you'll be using this to draw like little grids on the back of your chisels and on the bevel, so you know when you're getting an even thing. So get a Sharpie. This sharpening system came with a crepe stick, which is awesome. It's like basically not an eraser. It feels like an eraser, but it cleans your sandpaper, keeps it fresh. And you'll need some sort of a right angle gauge. What are these called? I don't know. I have a ton of these. I don't know what they're called, but you get it. One of these things, these thingamabobs. Yeah, that's what it is. You need a thingamabob, and it will help you gauge whether you are square. I have one from Woodpeckers, because who doesn't like Woodpeckers tools? I'll link below on Amazon where you can get this, and it's a little tiny square made just for chisels. It has this cutout in it, and it helps you see if your chisels are square. So I love this. It comes with this little cute case. I mean, everyone needs one of these, right? So that's basically it. Oh, most importantly, a jar of water. I said this is a dry sharpening system, and it is, but this is helpful in keeping your chisel temperatures down. So every now and then, every 30 seconds or so, as you are working on the system, you want to plunge your chisel into some water and then dry it off, get a rag, and that's about all the tools that you'll need to get this set up. Now once you come in on the bench, and I'm going to show you how I jacked up my favorite chisel. All right, probably the #1 used chisel in my shop and in most shops is the 1/2-inch chisel. Now, I don't know if you can see this. You see how skewed that is? Look at that. So here's what happened. In this coarse grit, which is 120, I had no idea it was going to be this powerful. Whenever I was sharpening, I did two things. I was trying to get this flat. You can't tell on camera, but this, look, it's multifaceted now. It like drops off. And I was trying to cheat. And so I was pushing down on one side, and see if you can see, I was not square. I wasn't keeping square to the center of this. And so I was putting uneven pressure on purpose, which was my big mistake. I was off angle. And over time, what happened is the wheel dug in uneven. I thought I just had an out of square chisel, but as I looked at the back more, it needs some significant grinding to get this flat. And I think I'm just gonna buy a new one, because you can get one for about $8 at Home Depot, and that's cheaper in my time than spending an hour grinding this down and starting over. So my tip for you would be to use this to apply even pressure, but not too much, and to stay square to this circle. Instead of going like this, stay square, and that will help you not ruin your chisel like I did. We're going to sharpen this 1/2-inch one today. The key part is taking your Sharpie and first off, drawing a little grid on the back of the chisel, because this is where you're going to start. The key thing is getting your chisel flat, and you're going to spend a good amount of time slowly on the 120 coarse grit disc, getting your chisel flat. Now you don't need to go all the way. I only go about 1/3 of the chisel. That's all you need to work on. And really at the end of the day, you're trying to get the very tip as flat as possible. And then you work your way up through the grits, alternating between the bevel and the back side. All right, I got the back of this flattened pretty good. And now it's time to flip over this disc so I can do the bottom bevel, or the main bevel, in the chisel port. So the next thing to do is to flip this disc over. I'm gonna put the 120 on the bottom side. That way we can use the chisel port and start to make sure we flatten this primary bevel right here. All right, I've got the 120 grit face down. I put some Sharpie on the tip there so we can track our progress. And we're gonna do just 1 to 2 second jabs. This is, I think, 400.
Psst. Hey, you. Yes. There's a secret video that's not listed for the public to see. But you can click at the top right hand of the screen, and it will take you to the video. Go there and leave me a comment, but make sure you come back and watch watch this video, or it'll kill my analytics, and YouTube will stop recommending it, and it'll probably kill my channel, all because you wanted a free set of $15 chisels. So, you know what to do.
All right, I'm gonna put 1,000 on the bevel. Polishing the 3600. All right, I got the bevel here polished, and here's a trick. We're gonna put a micro bevel we're gonna turn this to 30 degrees. Now, this chisel port is at 30 degrees instead of 25. I've got the 1000 face down. We're just gonna hit it really quick. And I don't know if you can see that, but there is a little micro bevel on the edge there. Now, I'm gonna flip over, and we're just gonna hit it with a honing disc, and I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but I'll take a picture of it to show you the micro bevel. Well, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna stop there. I've got this polished and honed up to 3600. I've got a micro bevel on it. For those of you who cared, this angle right here is 25 degrees, and then I changed the chisel port to 30 just on 1000 and 3600, and just slightly put a micro bevel on there, which will help you keep this sharp. So that's kind of how you do that, which is pretty cool. One quick tip that's super safe. Some people, I see this all the time, checking to see if these are sharp, and they'll try to shave their hair, which is what a lot of people do. But you gotta know, like, the chances of you taking a scary sharp chisel to your wrist, not the wisest thing. It is far better to check the sharpness of this with a piece of paper or with in grain. Now, if this will cut in grain, you are scary sharp, and it's plenty good for you. So just a quick tip. I'm gonna sharpen up these other 2 chisels that are in this pack off camera, because it's a lot of work to do the work and the videoing and like changing angles and doing all that stuff. It's 100 degrees in my shop right now. I hope you appreciate this. And if you missed the clue on how to enter in to win these, go back and rewatch and listen carefully. And I think if you're on your TV, you probably won't be able to do it, so you might want to watch it on your phone or on your computer. I guess that'll do it for us.